I've been really bad about doing a blooming and growing orchid update this summer, and so I thought I would do this as a live stream in hopes of just getting my video blog done. And I don't know that anyone will see it because it's not quite 9 o'clock yet on a Sunday before 4th of July, but happy 4th of July. Well, it's a holiday. We all love holidays. So let's see, what do we have here? Behind I have my wall of mounts, and I don't think there's anything blooming on the wall right now, but I do have some orchids blooming on my table right here. So this right here is, we can get them right up close. This is Kukara Tropical Snowflake, and I've had this for many years. I got it from Windsong Orchids before they went out of business, and I'm waiting to get a photo of it when it has, of course, all its flowers open. I've been taking a lot of my orchids that are in bloom and putting them on this table. So you can see here, my Naomi's Delight is in bloom. And I'm pretty sure that this Naomi's Delight actually has two plants. They're growing out on opposite sides. So one's growing this way and the other lead is growing the other direction. And that they're actually two different plants with two different types of flowers. And so the flower pattern is different on both of them. And I'm gonna try, after this blooming's done, to divide this in half and separate the two plants. And I guess I'll find out then if I'm right or if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, that means that the flowers on it are extremely inconsistent and it's definitely not award quality. Next to it, I have my Thai hummingbird, XOXO, I guess it stands for Hugs and Kisses. And so that is, I got that from High Desert Orchids. I want to say before COVID, I got two of them. It's Thai Rose by Richard Mueller. And we all know that I love to collect Richard Mueller crosses. I also have all my little Cuthbertsonii, except I guess there's four of them that I have in pots because I'm trying them in pots. But I made this, let's see if we can get it in the screen, not me. This is a photo rack, and I hung my mounts, my Cuthbertsonii and Cuthbertsonii hybrid mounts on this rack so that I could take them to the sink to be watered in the winter. I have been, while it's been really hot in the summer, if it's not cooling down at night, I am taking them inside for watering, and so far they're all alive. So what do I have in bloom here? I don't get the beautiful, whole plant covered in blooms, but I have Mingle Sapphire 1182 by Cuthbertsonii Red from Equigenera in bloom. It's been in bloom, I think, since like May on and off. And then I have, let me get these off. That one's not coming off. This is Dendrobium Aussie's High-Low Yellow Red from Equigenera, and I don't see any yellow. I don't know where there's supposed to be yellow in this, but I don't see any yellow. And then down here, I have I hope I'm actually getting this in the stream feed. All right. So this is a Dendrobium Cuthbertsonii Red, and really it looks so orange to me. I can't believe that it's red. I mean, okay, if you look, this is the high-low, and this is the red, and when you put these two next to each other, you can see that this one is orange, and the other one is red. And even, it's not like aging of the flower because this one, which is just opening up, is orange. So this is also from Equigenera. And then, let's see, do I have any others in bloom here? I don't think so. All right. Oh, I do. Ha ha ha, because I missed this one down at the bottom. So this right here is the Dendrobium Aussie's High-Low Alba, and you can see that it's a yellow. So I often forget to include these when I'm doing my blooming orchid update because, you know, it's not, because they're all on the rack, it's like one flower almost, but this makes it really easy to carry it around. You can see that the picture frame's not well sealed and it's rusting a little bit, but I think, you know, for something that I got used off of Amazon, it's held up really well. I've had it for just under a year now, and I'm really happy with how it's working out in terms of keeping my Cuthbertsonii hybrids alive. All right, so that took a long time right there. Let's see. Oh, all right, so we have to go around. It's very tight here. I'm hitting a chair. I have a Catasetum Chuck Taylor, and very strangely, the Chuck Taylor started spiking right after I brought it out for the summer, and it looks like the Chuck Taylor is actually putting out a female flower. I think I'm going to end up seeing it actually open because I will be away on a business trip. I'm going away next week for a 4-day business trip, but I do think that I got female flowers off the Chuck Taylor. Just looks like just one, because I think this flower over here didn't make it, but this definitely looks like a female flower to me, so that's pretty cool. Though I think the Chuck Taylor's kind of confused. I don't know what you do that makes Catasetums bloom female versus male flowers, but it is definitely very strange. Down here, if you're wondering why I have a container, a blender container full of raspberries, my raspberry bush is in full bloom, and I am attempting to collect raspberries and then make myself a smoothie for breakfast. All right, so what else do we have that's going on in my grow area? I have a lot of stuff in bud. So interesting thing here will be trying to find all of it while I'm trying to look at the camera and not where I'm going. Let's see, we have lots of stuff in bud here. Of course I can't see the buds when I want to show everyone the buds. I have, oh, okay, so here we have, and this is a green hornet. I know it looks like cochleata, but it's actually green hornet, which is cochleata crossed to lancifolium, I do believe. It used to be sold as epidendrum green hornet, but it's actually an encyclia. I've divided this multiple times and sold divisions off of it. I'm having a really hard time in my growing area with sunburn. So you can see I have this rack here, and it's sitting underneath this linden tree. And you can see that I have big, huge honkin' bits of sunburn on the cattleyas here. And so this rack actually used to be in this space, and I think the linden tree is dying. And so this section used to be shaded, but it's not anymore. And so this got really sunburned. I have now dragged it more under the linden tree, so hopefully it'll stop sunburning. But my Brassia gyrudina, which used to be over there, so I had all these oncidiums because it's supposed to be a more shady spot over there, and look at the horror that has happened to my gyrudina. Look at all that sunburn right there. I mean, this plant was also frozen when I got it from Equigenera, so I guess, you know, it had basically no protection from sun because it had weak little leaves. But it's basically, it's very sad. I'm a little sad about it. Okay, so what else do I have that's in bud or bloom? I mean, some of my flowers that I have in bloom are really small, like this right here. This is an encyclia. It's from the Illinois Orchid Society auction in February. It is Cerasstitis, I think. I can't. Cerasstites. But it had like 2 spikes that came out. It was in spike when I got it. And it's been going a long, long time. I have to say, if you like little tiny encyclias or encyclias at all, this was a really good purchase at the silent auction. Then let's see, I have, okay, so this is Gyrac Canary, which is a Richard Mueller hybrid. It's finishing up. You can see I've got some dead flowers right there. Let's look down. Do we have anything down here? No. I'm just turning slowly. Hope everyone's not getting like seasick. So then, oh, this is right here. This is my rustic spots. It's in bud. I had a bunch of Richard Muellers that were coming into spike, and if you look that way, you see where I have my chair there, where I can work at my table, and I basically backed into this tray right here, and I snapped all the spikes off because I'm an idiot. So that's a little sad. So I will have fewer blooms this year because I'm a evil spike snapper. Let's see what else we have. We have, okay, I have on my wall of mounts, like right here, let's see, we got that. This is my Leopoldii var alba crossed to Cattleya eclandiae, and I've been growing this from flask for, I think, not flask, from a community pot. I think this is, we're now in my 5th year on this. I sold seedlings of this last year, and then I have a few that I've left. Apparently everyone else who I've sold them to has reported that these are gigantic for them, but mine are just trucking along very slowly. But it's still alive. I'm very proud that this one that I mounted is still alive, and I'm really excited to see what it's gonna look like. I have, I mean, all my mounted cattleyas are doing really well. I think, you know, I grow 300 of them in semi-hydro, so you can see my semi-hydro setup for like Richard Mueller's. I have some in bark, that's Eulalia, and Seps, that's in bark. I have, but look, I have just tons of cattleyas that are in semi-hydro, and I just think they're much happier mounted. Unfortunately, it's really hard if you're growing indoors in a house in Chicago to have a lot of mounted orchids. I like to say that pots are for people, and so my semi-hydro pots are for me so that I can have orchids that I want. I can't staple these to my walls and then spray them with the hose when they're inside. So I'm really running out of mount space, as you can tell right there with all the mounts, and I have lots of hanging baskets. But, you know, truly it's a very, very hard task to grow mounts indoor. It's very dry here. We have 30% relative humidity here in the winter. Right now, I want to say out here I have you know, 50–60% humidity. It's warm, it's prime Cattleya growing conditions, but truly not a lot of room to grow things mounted in the winter. So sadly, of course, you know, now that I'm doing this live, I'm like, where are the other blooming orchids? I don't know where they are. Oh, I have, here we go. I have buds on the Zygopetalum. Let's see, we'll turn it. See, I have things out and I'm like, oh, they're in bud. But then I don't show them. So this, right, this zygo, so you can see it has 2 spent spikes. It was in bloom earlier, and then it put up a 3rd. I've staked it so I can see the flowers well. And this is Zygolum, I'm sorry, not a Zygopetalum, Zygolum Rhine Harlequin, right here. But it's got, looks like 3 flowers on it. It's not, you know, no, I usually get 3 to 5 on a spike, but, you know, the fact that it just keeps putting out spikes. It makes it really nice. My foliage always looks terrible. I think it's a little bit, I get a little bit too much condensation going on here, and I tend, when I water, to get all the leaves wet, and I just don't think that it likes that. Especially if I water too late in the day and it goes on. Oh, here's the end of my Dendrobium secundum right here. So this is secundum. I got this at Nat's. It's just finishing up. You can see where all the spent flowers, but the very end tip is still going. So I think I have 2 orchids inside the house that are in bloom. Oh wait, I see something pink. So let's see if we can. All right, so these are my other Cuthbertsonii that I have. These are the ones that are in pots. And I think right in here, this is the problem with doing this live. All right, so this is, Dendrobium mountain butterfly kisses. It has 1 flower going right now. And then I can tell, so I have another red Cuthbertsonii. This is the one I got from High Desert Orchids, where it's just unhappy. I don't think Cuthbertsonii really want to be potted. And then this, look, it's got buds. Look at the buds. This is Dendrobium mountain butterfly kisses crossed to Dendrobium Cuthbertsonii. So one of the things I really love about Cuthbertsonii hybrids is that they get a much better temperature tolerance, like for high temperature. And so Cuthbertsonii, of course, is a cool grower, and that does really poorly for me. But the hybrids, I mean, you know, look at this. Pure Cuthbertsonii. And then the hybrid right here, you can just see it's like so much better. So yes, I just like, I don't know why I like Cuthbertsonii so much. I like the shape of the flowers. I like how small and cute they are. And you know, they're so floriferous for the size of the plant. But it is, of course, very hard to grow them because I'm hot, as you can tell by all the cattleyas, and they are cool. So do I have any more buds that I can show? I don't think so. So that's my very sad and minimal blooming orchid update, and happy 4th of July weekend to everyone.